Hello, this is Digital Wandering, and today I wanted to show you my iBook G3 clamshell. This device was released in the year 2000. This particular unit, though, I was able to get a hold of in 2018. So I've only been using this for the last 3 years. I always wanted the clamshell, and so this is an important part of my collection. So we're just restarting it now. It's on macOS 9, as we'll see. Right now it's showing us the Happy Mac. And we'll probably hear the hard drive as it starts to come alive. This device, you can put OS 10 on there. Naturally, it supports up to OS 10.3.9, but I think there are ways to put OS 10.4 on here. I'm not sure what the performance of this device will be on OS 10, so I kept it on OS 9. I wanted to have at least one machine with a bootable version of the classic operating system. But putting OS 10 on here, it would add some additional functionality. Taking a long time to load here. But we'll just give it some time as it restarts. This machine, it did not come with the original yo-yo charger. I had to find a charger, compatible charger online, which I was able to do. There's a lot of companies that make chargers of all different types. So if you don't get an original yo-yo charger with this, you can buy the charger separately. The original yo-yo chargers sometimes are more expensive than the machine, than the laptop itself, original working yo-yo charger. Okay, so it's taking a really long time. Let me just see something here. Seems like it's frozen. Let's see if we can try that again. Because it can take a long time for it to start up, but it normally doesn't take that long. Okay, here you can hear the hard drive now. So okay, there's the macOS 9. So we should be getting to the desktop fairly soon. And when it's starting up with the hard drive, that's the main time that you hear the hard drive snap, crackle, and pop. It's fairly quiet otherwise, but I think this is the original hard drive, so it could be 20, 21 years old. I think this particular model that I have here was only sold in 2000. But they sold the clamshells, I think, up until 2001. But then there was the later models that have the FireWire port. This one does not have the FireWire port. It just has one USB 1 port. And this model was, I think, the last one that came with 6 gigabytes of RAM. 6 gigabytes of storage. The RAM on this was 64 megabytes. Now the device, this particular device, when I got it, it has a 64 megabytes. That's on the board, but there was also a 64 megabyte RAM stick in here. So it had 128 megabytes total. But I upgraded it. All right, so now we're on the home page, and I do have uh, a portable flash drive in here, just to give it some more space over the 6 gigabytes of internal storage, so I have more room to work with here. But let's just look at about this computer. And yes, so I put a 512 megabyte RAM stick in here, just to give it some more memory. It ran pretty good on the 128, and it hasn't got any quicker with the 512 stick in there. So it still seems to be about the same speed. So it hasn't improved the speed much, but I wanted to upgrade it as much as I could. I don't have any intentions of swapping out the hard drive. It's really complicated doing that with this device. You have to pretty much take the entire thing apart, and I'm not really interested in doing that, even though it would probably help with the performance and give it more internal storage. I could put something that has a lot more space than 6 gigabytes in here. All right, but I just want to show some of the applications here. We have AppleWorks, Classilla, which is the most modern browser for this machine, but still it hasn't been updated since 2014, like 7 years ago, so it's very old. Have iCab, another web browser. I think this version is from 2008. I think that's the last version that supported the classic operating system. We have Internet Explorer, which is the web browser this machine came with. I think it's Internet Explorer 5. I have iTunes for music and Netscape. Let's just look at iTunes now. So I did add some music here. It's very easy. You just have to convert it to MP3. And I won't be playing the music. The speaker here is kind of tinny. It's okay at best. And I found that the music files really take up a lot of disk space. So if you want to add a lot of music here, it would pretty much fill up that 6 gigabytes fairly easy. But I also want to show, let's look at AppleWorks here, which is the word processor from the classic Mac. You can still use this. The one problem is the output, the natural output of these systems are not readable on modern laptops or modern desktop systems. So if you took this to a modern Mac, like a word processing document, it wouldn't know what it is. The modern Mac OS is not able to read AppleWorks. Only older versions of Mac OS 10 can read AppleWorks and convert them to something that's more modern. You can get around that if you set the output to either like an HTML document or a text document. HTML or text documents are readable on a modern Mac, so that's one way you can get around that issue with the problem conversion. Let's look at video here. And it took me about 5 hours to figure out how to take a video from a modern machine and convert it to a video file that's readable on this system. I was able to find in a couple of posts on the Mac Rumors forum for Power PCs, a couple of comments on an application that you can use to convert files. It's called MPEG Streamclip, and with that you can convert a modern video file to something that's playable on these classic systems. I didn't find the app that user-friendly, and but trial and error I was able to figure out how to convert it, and it works. It took me a couple tries. There's also another app that you can use on a modern Mac. You can go to the App Store on like a machine running Big Sur, for instance, and there's an application called Total Video Converter Lite. And if you go into that app, and you can convert all different types of files, but you go in the section for video, and under video, you'll see a choice of MPEG-1, MPEG-1, and that will convert a modern video file into something that's playable on a classic system like this. The one problem is it squeezed the resolution to 360 by 240, and it doesn't hurt the video quality as much if it's already a landscape video. But if it's a portrait video, it will squeeze it down to that. and really distort the image. So portrait videos aren't really usable using that app. If you have a portrait video that you want to convert, you want to use MPEG Streamclip. Problem with MPEG Streamclip, not only is it not that user friendly, but it's not something you can use on a modern Mac. I think you have to be either on 10.7 Lion or earlier. I used 10.6 Snow Leopard, and that was usable on that Mac OS version. I think it's also usable on Leopard. All right, so now we're playing the movie Alphaville. It takes a long time for it to launch video, as you saw. It can take a minute to just launch the video. I just want to see if we can make it full screen. And you know, part of the conversion process, not only did I convert it to something that was playable on this old machine, but I also shrunk down the resolution. So it can definitely affect the quality. And on top of it, the resolution of this machine is fairly low compared to a modern monitor. For me, it's still acceptable, but for a lot of other people, it may not be. I'm not that much of a screen snob, so this is still okay for me. But it would look better on a modern machine or a modern monitor. But adding files and things like media to these machines gives it a usefulness. And if it is acceptable to you, you might want to do the same. All right, so you get the idea. So we'll let it play a little bit longer just so you can get the idea what video is like on this system. And this is in black and white. And one thing, this machine doesn't display as many colors as a modern device would, but it gets the job done for the most part. All right, so we're going to just stop this movie, X out of this, and X out of this drive. Okay, so let's look at browsing here. Oh, before we look at browsing, let's look at games. Because one of the things that a lot of people like to use these old systems for is for classic games. I'm not much of a gamer, so I'm picking something here really simple. This is this Hangman. And I'm not that great with this, so I will probably be hung. But it's something simple and easy that we can show here. Oh my God, I haven't gotten the letter yet. Oh, this is crazy. All right, let's try A. Got to be A's. Okay, we got A's. What is this? Let's try a T. I don't know what this is. I've played this enough that, and they recycle the same words over and over again. So sometimes after you play it several times, you'll recognize certain things. What is this? Some of you watching this at home probably already know what it is. All right, let me try an N. Oh, I'm gonna be hung. Okay, wait a minute. Tan. What is this? If I get the next one wrong, I'm done. Let me just say R. I still don't know what this is. What is wrong with me? I'm gonna feel so silly once I pick the next wrong letter. All right, I don't want to hold this up too long. Oh, okay, orangutan. What am I missing here? Oh, you. There we go. All right, that's enough of that. You can see how fun that is. Okay, so let's go to well, at least I didn't get hang. That's the main thing. All right, so we're going to go to the web browser Classilla. And you can definitely do Google searches here. Google searches will work on old systems, 20 years, and maybe even beyond 20 years. So Google search is always an option. Let's just see, do something very silly. Now you will get a lot of security warnings because this browser hasn't been updated for many years and all the security certificates are old on this browser. You can do Google searches or web page searches or image searches. So those two will work. Now the one problem is a lot of the search results will not be compatible with this browser. So that is a definite issue. What about modern websites? Not many. I just want to pull up a few here. So this is CNN Lite, so you can, if you wish, get news stories here. See, we can try something else here. I think Yahoo looks, I think Yahoo actually is pretty functional here. Let's see. Oops, I did, left a space there. Let's take out that space. So you get the idea. You do have some sites that are functional, but not many. And often it's you only can go but so deep. So you're not going to be able to go multi-layered. So you can maybe go to the home page and search works pretty well on a lot of different search engine options, but we'll just X out of, let's get out of there, Classilla. The other browsers are really limited at this point. Gonna say okay here. You can do Google. I think you can do Facebook as well. And actually, let's try that here. Let's just go to Google. All right. And I just want to see a celebrity that has a Facebook page. So now we're on iCab browser. I should have put Facebook in there as part of the search term. I just want to see if it pops up. Yeah, here's our Facebook page. So this is from 2008. Oh, this doesn't work any longer. I think this worked previously for Facebook, but not now. So there you go. Let me see here. I don't think, one thing with these old systems, you're always going to be losing access to things. Like Wikipedia won't work here. Wikipedia won't work on Classilla either. And I showed a Wikipedia workaround where you can use Google Cache to access Wikipedia, and that worked very well on Mac OS Tiger, but it doesn't work on Classilla for some reason, at least the last time I tried it. Obviously, Instagram will not work. Now, if you wanted to really go deep with this, you could find workarounds sometimes. Not so much for iCab, but if you were doing something with Classilla, you could maybe find workarounds for certain things. One thing that I think works on iCab that does not work on Classilla is, let's see if Google News works here. It doesn't work here any longer. So since the last time I tested this, it's already lost some functionality because Facebook and Google News were still working on here. Google News, for whatever reason, doesn't work on Classilla last time I checked. All right, let's get out of here. Okay, let's just look at what Internet Explorer looks like. Of course, security failure. And again, you can do Google searches on here if you wish. But I just wanted to show what it looks like. Gotta go to File and Quit. And let's try Netscape Communicator. I think it required me to sign up in order to, I think I did create a profile or something just to see if I can, okay, yeah. I think it required me to create a profile. I think one of these is really bad. I think it might have been Netscape Communicator, where the Google search didn't even look good on Netscape Communicator. This is the one that it really struggled. See how the formatting is so weird here? So let's just go something simple. So this is almost at the point where, look how strange this looks. It's to me, it's almost unreadable. The search results here. And I don't think just the image search works. Does that work? Yeah, this is a very old version of. Yeah, I don't know what's. I don't even see an option for images here, which is really strange. Should be at the top here, maybe. No. Yeah. So of all the web browsers that I have here, Netscape Communicator is the least functional. Although I think there is a more modern version of Netscape Communicator that works on the Classic than 4.77. Maybe we could push this to something a little later, but I don't know how much of a performance upgrade that would be. All right, so this is the iBook Clamshell running Mac OS 9. It's very interesting to play around with these old systems. So a lot you can do with them. If you load it up with applications that work on this system, you can find a lot on places like Macintosh Garden. If you convert media that's so it's compatible with this system, and you enjoy, you know, viewing media on this system, listening to music, or, you know, if you do all that, you can have a lot of fun, and these can be very functional computers for what they are. If you try to do too much modern things on these computers, then they really fail at that, and any new computer of any type would be more productive for modern computing. But for doing legacy stuff, it can still be pretty fun. All right, so I might actually show this system again in the future. I'm not sure. It depends on what else I want to show, but thank you for watching. This is Digital Wandering signing off.